With great love and respect in my heart, I welcome you to this beautiful morning from Upasana. Thank you for taking this time. The sutra is, we meditate on the Divine Mother sitting on the heart lotus. And we meditate on the Guru in the center of the forehead. Heart is the space of Ma, the Divine Mother. Ma is the name of unconditional love. Ma is the name of unconditional love. Being human, sometimes we associate it with just our earthly Ma, the one who has given birth to us. But that is just one aspect of the Divine Mother. Nurturing, protecting, teaching. The Ma is present in the form of Mother Earth, the air we breathe, water we drink, the warmth of the sun, and the space itself, the emptiness between the earth and the sky, the space is also Ma. If there was no space, we could not exist. The space itself is a presence of Ma. We have heard the word Navaratri. Twice a year, these 9 days are carved out to engage in Shakti Upasana. Upasana means prayer, worship, making efforts to come close to, taking a seat next to. That's what the word Upasana means. That any effort we make to come closer to the divine is called Upasana. And if you break the word Upasana into two, Upasana means taking a seat next to. So when we make effort to come closer to the divine, basically we are taking a seat next to the divine. So Shakti Upasana, these twice a year, the spring and fall, these 9 days are carved out to engage, to focus our attention on the Upasana. Now, why these 2 times? There is a change in the season. And whenever there is a change in the season, there is plenty of energy available. It's in the air. All the seedlings, everything that has been on the ground, there is a willingness, readiness to sprout. All the old leaves that have been very nice and green turn their color and drop. Things that were serving at one time, they lose their meaning, they lose their purpose. They need to drop so the new can emerge. So this time of the year, that kind of energy is available to us all, be it plants and or humans, animals, everywhere. And when we prepare ourselves to look at ourselves and look at our own effort to come closer to the divine, it's almost like we ride the wave. There is a wind behind the sail. You make a little effort, and the energy around us just pushes us, and we achieve the goal. So whenever the two seasons are merging, that's the time it's carved out for the work that we really came here to do. We came here not to, there is an old saying that, Aaye the Hari Bhajan ko otan lage kapas. We had come here to remember the name of God, and we got busy picking cotton. Got busy picking cotton. So we need cotton. We need a shirt and we need a shawl, we need all that, but that's not all we need. The real work is we came here to experience our divinity. We came here to live in our fullness. We came here to know that we are not separate from God. Now, so now you have heard the word Navaratri. Nava means 9, Ratri means night, 9 nights. And this engagement is called Shakti Upasana. Means coming close to Shakti. Now, what is Shakti? Loosely translated, Shakti means energy, force, power, capability, capacity. Shakti is behind every action. Think about that. Whether it's a seed is sprouting, or we are blinking our eyes, or a bird is flying from a branch, or whatever, the energy that is behind that action is called Shakti. Shakti is in the polarity, in the mind, between the two poles, the vibration is Shakti. The proton, electron, neutron that spins, it requires Shakti. And that Shakti is available in so many different forms. The magnetic Shakti of the earth, the splitting of the atom, what is released is Shakti. So if you have ever wondered what is Babaji's tradition, we worship Shakti. We are always surrounded by it in all various forms. It is the Shakti that enables me to blink my eyes. Without Shakti, we are Shau. Shau means a corpse. Without Shakti, Shiv is corpse. In the place of Brahma, the creator, Shakti is known as Brahma. In the place of Vishnu, the protector, Shakti is known as Vishnu. In the place of Shiv, Shakti is known as Shiv. In your place, it is Shakti that is known as you. In my place, it is Shakti that is known as me. We are all her manifestation. There is nothing in the world but Shakti. The day you truly understand this, you become aware of your sacredness. You become aware of who you are. You're not your drama. You're not your story. You are a unique manifestation of Shakti. You have the power to create. You have the power to sustain, and you have the power to annihilate. What you identify with is who you are. If you identify with your hurts and pains and things that happened, then your weaknesses, that's what walks on the earth. So these 9 days that starts on October 3rd are very special. How do we engage in the observance of Navaratri? It can be very elaborate or it can be very simple. Nine days, the first 3 days is devoted to the worship of Shakti with the name of Mahakali, Kali. I hear the word, people just throwing the word, oh, Kali energy in me. It's sacred. It's not wild and crazy. And no, Kali is sacred. Ma Kali, we call her. So when we evoke the Shakti with the name of Mahakali, Mahakali is invoked to remove the darkness, to remove the fear. Think about that. That Shakti is available to you, is within you and all around you. That can help you remove the darkness around your life. That can remove the fear that you have. So first 3 days of Navaratri, we meditate upon Ma Kali, we call it. Although the Shakti, the energy is beyond any name, form, gender, color, race, it's beyond that. But for the sake of her mind, we give it a name and a form. So our mind could just focus there and heart could open. It is for the sake of the mind that we give name and a form to that nameless. Our mind likes something that it can wrap itself around. You know, you can build a big cathedral and big halls, but in the cathedral, there is a sanctum. In the sanctum, there is a little altar, and all the altar is a little object. So our mind could just go there, be still, and heart could open in devotion. So it is for the sake of our mind, we give it a name and a form. So the name and form during Navaratri, for the first 3 days, Mahakali, we meditate upon, look straight in the eyes of our fears, of our weaknesses, that we call darkness of my life. Look straight in its eyes. with your heart open. Mother is sitting right in your heart lotus. We meditate on Mahakali, sitting on our heart lotus, granting us be fearless, clad in red. So red glow on your heart. You're looking at that, looking straight in the eyes of your darkness. After first 3 days of this meditation and Mahakali, then we enter the next 3 days, Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi, again, is the same Shakti, but now we are evoking her in the form of abundance, wealth, prosperity, richness. There is abundance all around us. The most precious thing that you have, you never even think about it. Take it for granted. For example, the breath. How precious, how is there anything more precious than the breath we got? I can tell you, I can give you the exact number for the Powerball, but in exchange, would you give me your breath away? No. So the abundance is all around us. People sometimes have everything but feel so scared and live in scarcity and always afraid of losing it or abundance. After the darkness is removed, after the fear is removed, we become aware of the richness that is already there. And when our heart is light, our heart is open, there is a joy in our heart. We see abundance. We attract abundance. Mahalakshmi, if you sometimes see the pictures, is depicted as sitting on a lotus. She sits on a lotus. What does that mean? If your heart is open, if there is a joy and lightness in your heart, the abundance comes and sits. If you are scared, you're bitter, your heart is closed, you drive away abundance. Mahalakshmi has no place to come and sit. So meditation for then after the from third to the sixth night is on Mahalakshmi, abundance. With our heart open, heart lotus open, golden light in the heart. Mahalakshmi, for auspiciousness, we meditate on the yellow light in our heart. She's clad in yellow sari, again sitting on the heart lotus, granting you be fearless. If you are good with your imagination, imagine your heart, there is a lotus, heart lotus is open, mother is sitting on the lotus. You can almost see a silhouette of a human form, golden, clad in golden sari, yellow sari, or just golden light. Be fearless. So we meditate on this for the next 3 nights. Mahalakshmi. Then we enter Mahasaraswati. Saraswati is the name of God, Mother Goddess Shakti in the form of wisdom, pure wisdom. And when you are in wisdom, you know that you are not separate from God, Divine Mother, consciousness, whatever name you give to that great presence who is beyond any name and form. You're not separate. You are it. Aham Brahmasmi, Soham Tattvamasi, that I am. So these are not just the words to read and entertain with. It's sometimes these are the words to be, to live, to. And that is the purpose of Navaratri Upasana. Have no fear, remember the abundance, and remember who you are. Then all the problems are solved. Anyway, so this is just kind of an overview I gave to you. People do, in India, for example, people engage in Shakti Upasana. In olden days, the princes and the warriors will engage in Navaratri and then they go and attack and conquer. So whoever, in whatever form you want to enrich yourself with Shakti, this is the time. Whatever you want to achieve in life, this is the time to engage in. Now, again, how do we accumulate Shakti? How do we enrich ourselves with Shakti? Although the Shakti is always there, if you want to save, if you want to accumulate money, first you want to plug all the holes through which it's leaking out. Think about that. There is a pot that you want to fill your body. All the holes through which the energy is leaking out. First, you try to plug them. So that's what we do. As we begin to engage in Navaratri, we minimize the intake of our world through our senses. See less, hear less, taste less, touch less. It is through the senses that we bring the world in. Then we have to process it. If you eat some food, you have to digest it, and digesting takes some energy. So whatever we bring in with our senses, we have to spend energy processing it. And the energy that is used in processing all this intake, if we don't have the intake, that energy begins to rise in a right direction. And that is called awakening of the Kundalini. The energy that sits within us, it begins to awaken towards the right channel. Otherwise, that energy is being spent on just processing the food of our senses that we bring in. Okay, so we have engaged in Navaratri. First thing is observing silence. Eating less, interacting less with people, minimizing the engagement with the world. That's what I can sum it up with. Living as if you are a yogi, little austerity is not bad. It's not a punishment. You live in a big house, but you go out camping and you have a great fun. It's about what you talk yourself into, what you prepare yourself for. So during Navaratri, you give yourself an assignment that this is what I am going to do in the name of austerity or minimizing the engagement in the world. Write it down, maybe make yourself, because determination Sankalp is very important during these 9 nights. Keep the promise that you make to yourself. So please do not get totally excited and make a long list that you break on the 3rd day. I would rather suggest you keep it simple, keep it practical, but whatever you make the promise to yourself, keep it. This is one and the most important aspect of Navaratri, that is Sankalp. We develop Sankalp Shakti. So people who have received the mantra, I tell them, make yourself a promise. Depending on what your age is, do that many mala repetition of your mantra every day. That's like one little assignment we give to ourselves. And after that, maybe eat one meal a day, simple meal. Have a little something light in the morning and one simple meal at the end of the day. Remember, we are not going after what tastes good. See less, hear less, taste less, touch less. So simple food, just make okay, this is a good and healthy meal, and I'm just going to keep this. So I'm not too much thinking and engaged with buying, chopping and cooking and this and that. Simplify. One simple meal a day. Silence. Take a little time to take care of your body. Do a little meditation. And maintain the calmness of your mind. Don't get agitated at somebody over stupid little things. Don't get caught up with your expectation from others that they need to be that way and I'm unhappy. Let it be. You are totally focused on your inner peace. Remember, it's not the time to think about somebody else. It's time to look at yourself. Look at yourself. The problems that agitate you, the problems that keep you in the fear and anger and jealousy and greed and lust, detach yourself from them all. Come back to yourself. You're pure. You're whole. You're complete unto yourself. You don't need anybody else. Think about that in that way. Those who are dependent on you, can you wean them a little bit? Give them a little, okay, now here, 9 days, I'm going in my cave. You take care of yourself. It can be done. Nobody really needs you. You enable them. Give them a little bit. Give them a little piece. Then claim yourself back. You got some work to do for yourself. Then you can be there for others. We get ourselves in these mind tracks and create these kind of dependencies, and then our whole life goes. So these 9 days are for you, for your spiritual practice, for the work you came here to do. I can go on speaking about Navaratri in a very elaborate way or very simple way, but I see there are people all different walks of life, so I'm just going to keep it very broad and give you little hints. And thank you all for listening. Unless I forgot something, it's a vast subject, Navaratri. In a simplest form, between October 3rd and the 12th, first of all, you say to yourself, I'm going to take these 9 days and treat them a little differently. You carved out that little time. Then look at your engagements in the world and see if you can free yourself from that. The party you're going to go will still go on. They will miss you, but something like, little things that we get caught up with. It's time to free yourself from that. Give yourself that permission, give yourself that gift, and don't feel guilty about it. I remember when Buddha, everybody has heard the name of the Buddha. In pursuit of his spiritual richness, he left his palace, he left his wife and the newly born son. I'm not saying you leave your family and but it has, depending on what the drive is. You can do it. Just it takes a little courage. And that courage also comes from the grace of the mother. That Shakti is within you. She is listening. Because of her, you are able to hear what I'm saying. It is her who is processing it, who is thinking it. It is her who is also resisting it. So it's all there. Which one do you pray to? Like that little story, the grandchild was sitting in the lap of his grandpa, and his grandpa was saying, "Son, there are two wolves inside you." He said, "Grandpa, which one wins?" He said, "The one you feed." Thank you all for listening. I bow to the mother residing in your heart, and may we all receive her blessing to some extent.